We don't have anything. We're just gonna hop into it. Hey everybody. Hi everyone in the chats and Rumble chats and YouTube chats.
Oh shit. There's chat?
Yeah, on YouTube if you watch on YouTube.
Just like the Golden Showers one.
Yeah.
Well, fuck me.
Okay.
I can already tell they're gonna get demonetized.
Yeah. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Everyone is watching now. I'm here tonight with Guy Squiggs, who he's been on before, and Poofy, who is now she has never been on any of the streams before. Welcome. And we're just gonna wing it tonight. We just wanted to get on and talk shit about some shit. So
Get on and have a good time.
yeah. Hey everyone in the chat again. First shot. Oh, they were trying to do an end tower already. You guys suck. You guys suck every time they try one. You suck. Hey Marge. Hey Randy.
I'll be the hard R. Just someone
you
filling for
just
me.
let everyone don't touch
I
it.
put Marge in there with the big peen. Big peen, that's me.
They're still trying to do the tower too. You guys gotta start over.
Although technically it's whiskey dick because it's actually really whiskey.
Oh shit. Where are you at? Are you in Japan or are you here in the US?
Oh no, I'm here in the US.
Okay. You got Japan vibes.
Yeah, well it is Century whiskey.
I have in this little sake container, I have Kirkland vodka.
I have some Tito's and cranberry.
Oh, this is like $200 whiskey though, if you can find it.
Oh, well, look who's being flashy tonight.
I'm a cheap date.
I opened up this bottle of Yamazaki 12 just for this stream.
Oh shit, we have to make it special. Did they finish the end tower?
No.
They better finish that end tower by the time
I'm done. Some of it are. Oh wait. No.
Someone asked if I was a Fed? Oh my god, I feel so complimented.
So funny. Yeah, it's Japanese whiskey. Here, you can explain your Japanese whiskey again. Sell it to us again.
So yeah, this is Century Yamazaki 12-year age single malt Scotch Japanese whiskey, as made famous on that old movie Lost in Translation with Bill Murray. And then after, when he was doing those like Century commercials, but then the Whiskey Bible back in like 2012, they highlighted Yamazaki 12 as their top whiskey for the year in 2012. And then Japanese whiskey blew up. So Century made the decision to stop aging, and they've only got maybe about 3 more years in the pipeline before all of their aging stuff is done. And then they're just going direct from bottle to or they're going direct from barrel to bottle in the distillery without aging it for 12 years anymore because they have too much demand to be sitting on things for 12 years.
Sounds like it's too expensive then, and they should lower the price so that way people
not only did I open this bottle tonight, but I have 4 more for resale later.
Okay, I'll hit you up.
You really were selling it, because you can't sell it.
Well, yeah, but I have to wait like 3 more years before there is no more Yamazaki 12 and there's just Yamazaki. And I can say I've got Yamazaki 12 and it won't be $200 anymore. It's going to be $500 because
oh my God.
Can you say the final promo line in Japanese and very
the final promo line?
Yeah, for the whiskey.
For the whiskey. I don't even know what their promo line is.
You have to make it up, dude.
Sales, man. This is sales. Sales
101. Come fight.
Hi.
So make this time Century time. Cheers.
I have a big penis.
Oh, gigantic penis を持っています。本当に。
Ah, suck it.
しゃぶって。
There. How'd we do?
Good enough.
So
you must have run the harbor.
Augie just said he hoped he offended you, but I don't really know what he said.
Well, is he breaking up for you? He's breaking up for me.
Yeah. His promo is over, so the feds cut him
Am I
off.
breaking up?
Shut up. Yeah, your last little bit broke up, but you're back.
Okay.
Wait, who said I was a Fed? Who was that?
That was first
How about
shot.
Matt Walsh getting hacked?
It's first shot. He's a Fed. He's for real Fed. In my eyes. I never trust him. No, just kidding. He's a good guy.
Do feel complimented though. It means that he thinks I'm kind of good looking.
TT, stop that shit, TT. Get out of here.
Terribly tactical. Is that the guy with the Dale profile?
$20 super chat.
Hey.
Thank you, terribly tactical.
Your campaign, by the way.
Poofy, do you have a YouTube or anything? Everyone follow her. I'll put. You have a link tree, don't you? I'll put that in the description.
I have a link tree, and right now it just has like one video of Andrew shouting me out on Timcast. Andrew from Don't Walk Run. I have been helping him with his scripts since 2019, and it usually involves me just LMAOing in his script and providing one racist and or sexist joke, which he then whitewashes for YouTube. But heavy hitter. Nice. Yeah, so that video and Poofcast, which both of you have yet to be on because I'm trying to get the star lineup ready. But I've had Poe on there. Call me K1123. You know her as Kristen. I'm gonna have a few people on there that their interests I'm not familiar with, like Counterpoints. He's interested in Warhammer, but hey, man, it's open to anyone. So
I used to paint those little Warhammer figurines like in the 4th grade.
The things I see everybody, the miniatures.
Yeah, the little miniatures. I never played Warhammer, but I collected the little figurines and painted them.
I mean, it seems
so
like
you were a Warhammer poser.
Yeah, basically to me, like the Warhammer figurines were like Pogs. It was just the thing at the time.
Hey, man. I respect the
hustle. Is there anybody on the stream like younger than 30 that doesn't remember Pogs?
I remember Pogs. There was even like Pog holders.
There was like the OJ Pogs. Remember those? OJ juice? No?
Like it came with
the slammer. It was like a tinfoil OJ Pog. And it was super. Hey, babe. Babe's home. But yeah. Can we talk about Matt Walsh and what a fucking nerd he is?
I was just saying before you jumped on too, like how did it he got it, but they got it back super fast, you know? Like and then he was a guy. Did you want to explain what happened specifically? Yeah, so you were like coming from the technical side.
Like if you're familiar with Chuckling Squad, so Chuckling Squad, like their Mona Lisa was back when Jack Dorsey was CEO. They managed to actually hack Jack Dorsey's account and they tweeted a bomb threat to Twitter HQ when Jack Dorsey was Twitter CEO. So like you just can't top that. But what they do is, they'll contact
creativity for Matt.
The customer service, or whatnot for like your cell phone provider. And, it's kind of like a social engineering thing where they pretend like to be Matt Walsh, or they convinced customer service that they were Matt Walsh and said, I need a new SIM card, right? So they activated a new SIM card with Matt Walsh's phone number. So the SIM card that was in Matt Walsh's phone loses service as soon as they activate this one and put it in their phone, and then they tweet via SMS. So that's what they were doing to Matt Walsh's, but yeah, I mean, they had control of the account, though, for like a good 45 minutes, but only popped off 5 tweets. So that was kind of weak. Where like Chuckling Squad, when they get a hold of an account, like they'll pop off like 60, 80 tweets in the span of like 20 minutes before they get caught. So this wasn't Chuckling Squad. This was
amateur hour.
This was amateur hour, but they did actually manage to convince someone that they were Matt Walsh and get Matt Walsh's SIM card.
It's not hard to do.
Have someone on the inside that was like, I fucking hate Matt Walsh, and we're willing to give up the SIM card.
Can you get to like all your like apps and shit? Like if you do the SIM card, can you can someone get on your bank apps and stuff like? Does all that switch over?
Well, whatever apps that you have tied to your phone number that you use your phone number for 2-factor authentication for, or for resetting a password. Yeah, there's definitely, there's definitely a real, possibility that they can get into more things besides your Twitter.
I wonder what else they got into.
I know that they
I
reset.
bet he has a deep fake account.
Both his Google and his Microsoft account, because someone posted a screenshot, or no, so the person that hacked Matt Walsh's account, and this is how I know for sure that they got the SIM card swapped over, was because they took a picture of like the phone that showed they were,
this is the real me.
Yeah, that that they had basically been like resetting like the Google account, the Microsoft account, and getting authentication codes to be able to reset a password. But one of them was like a 310 Los Angeles area phone number that was like, hey, dude, your account's been hacked. So it went to the hacker's phone. So that's how I know it was a SIM card swap. And that Matt Walsh's actual SIM card was deactivated was because it went right to the hacker's phone rather than Matt Walsh getting that text saying you've been hacked. It went to the hacker. So it was a SIM card swap.
Shit. Say hi to Q.
Hi, Q.
Hi, Q.
Not like QAnon, just like Star Trek Q. That's what I tell everyone.
Oh, good. Good. I was like, oh, that's probably off for QAnon, isn't it? No.
No.
But yeah, it was super funny because, like Matt Walsh, from that account tweeted out that like Joe Rogan's a pedophile and that Andrew and that he had evidence that Andrew Tate definitely kidnapped and raped those kids. Like,
yeah. And Joe Rogan, yeah. Did you say Joe Rogan was a pedophile?
He called his boss Ben Shapiro a homo. Like,
allegedly. So.
It was an interesting group of people for him to go after, or them to post about. Joe Rogan, like we said, Ben Shapiro, Andrew Tate. It's just weird. Like,
yeah, like the couple of tweets that they did, like, were funny, but just the volume that they only did, like 4 or 5 tweets, was kind of like pathetic. Like, at the very first, when I saw that, I was like, oh, hey, Dennis is back. No, wait, that actually is Matt Walsh's account. Holy shit.
Right. I thought it was Dennis.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, no, it wasn't Dennis. It wasn't a parody. Somebody actually, hacked Matt Walsh's account. And yeah, Dennis doesn't do that. Dennis
just would have done way better, by the way, if he had that account.
Oh, if Dennis could hack accounts, like, Dennis would be great at that.
He basically does. It really feels like he's in there.
Like, his parodies are so great that if he could actually get a hold of like someone's real account and tweet from them, like that would just be phenomenal.
You did pretty good too as Zaza Smoka, so.
Huh?
And as Dylan Mulvaney, you did pretty good too.
Yeah, I did Zaza and I did Dylan Mulvaney, and people thought that was Dennis. Dennis had access to that account, but he never tweeted anything from it. But I had offered that account to Dennis as a sock. But like as soon as like the Zaza thing happened, like I just immediately, turned that sock account over into Zaza, and then from there went into Dylan Mulvaney. But yeah, that was me and not Dennis. But like Dennis was like, no, that's not actually me. But like I didn't pipe up and say that was me either, because I thought that was just kind of fun to leave people wondering. But anybody who's watching here, yes, Zaza Smoka and Dylan Mulvaney, those parodies were me.
Soundwave Spectre in the Rumble chat, he's like, I don't know about Dennis, but you'll know Dennis when Dennis happens to you. You'll go,
yeah. I mean, some
and
people
actually,
don't even
Dennis
know Dennis
probably happened to them, and they believed it.
Right.
True.
Like
they probably just didn't realize that they were being punked.
Right.
Yeah, because the very first time that Dennis got me was like before he was like parodying like big major accounts. He started off, parodying just regular lolberts and libertarians and things like that, because that was funny. Anytime a libertarian got their account suspended, then Dennis would pretend to be that person's brand new account saying, help me find my friends, and then post a bunch of bullshit. So the first time that Dennis got me was when he was parodying Reed Coverdale. But instead of Reed Coverdale, it was Coverdale. And it wasn't until like, I checked that handle, like for the third time, I looked at that handle and I'm like, oh man, I've been freaking hacked. And then the next thing I know, I'm being pulled into a GC with people demanding very sexually explicit things from me as a joke. But then those became my people. And I became involved in
sexual.
The whole,
you got fooled and then sexually assaulted, and man, that's just like how you find your tribe.
Yeah, I got fooled, sexually assaulted, and then I became a man.
Oh, too funny.
So that was funny how that all worked out. But yeah, Dennis is just like,
It's just beautiful.
I mean, like, Dennis is Dennis.
And he puts work into it too. Like he definitely puts work into it.
Really good work into it.
Yeah, like his what he says is just profound. Like it's always so good. You said you were gonna tell me how you told Poofy to fuck herself or something like that.
Yeah, that's how me and Poofy became really good friends. We told each other to fuck off.
So who's right, by the way? Are you
Who
right
was
or
right?
am I right?
I don't know. Right about what? Right about
The thing
Kanye?
that
Or?
made us fight with each other, dude. You're fighting about why Elon ejected Kanye. I mean,
Yeah, fighting over why Elon ejected Kanye West. Where like he put Kanye back on, but then Kanye went once again just went like DEFCON 3 on on like I won't actually say like not anti-Semitism, but like anti-Semitism
Love
symbolism, where it could
love
be
speech.
it could go either way. And so it's kind of like that's where he kind of like
We all love
designed
the
it.
Jews
Like,
here. He loves the Jews. We all love the Jews.
Yeah.
They're great. We love women.
So like he designed the tweet to fall either way so he could get people arguing about it. But so me and Poof ended up on opposite ends of that argument as to whether or not like what Kanye tweeted was actually like anti-Semitic. And it's kind of like, I don't know, like I just had my heels dug in like semantics to where just like we both got tired of each other really, really quick.
No, he was just having an autistic moment. But I think
I was having
I said we're both on our
my
bad
due
period.
awareness moment, my autistic moment.
No, but we called each other's moms whores. Like,
yeah, we called each other's moms whores. Where it's kind of like, I don't know. We had ended up like I had ended up unfollowing Poof, and I was like unfollowed, and she was like, "Yeah, it's not an airport. You don't need to announce your departure." And I said, "Well, it may not be an airport, but your mom's still a taxi service." Like,
and then I said that.
And that was and get this for us, mommy. This was the day before Matt Tybey's Twitter files.
Right.
The day before. So
Yes.
so me and Poof just had this, like falling out, called each other's moms whores, and we were completely done and separated at that point. Where like I don't know that we had actually like really like communicated too much like before that point. We were just kind of like following each other, but I don't think we had really engaged each other like that much prior to that, or at least not seriously. But then the next day, like Twitter files dropped. And then like Poof reaches out to me and she was like, "Hey, that was you in the Twitter files." I was like, yeah, that was me. Like, and so like we ended up following each other again. And then we realized that we had like so much in common. Like,
yeah, like nearly 1-to-1.
Like,
Except
nearly 1-to-1. Like, like I was talking about like Secret of Mana being like my favorite SNES game, and she was like, I literally commissioned someone, to redo that song, and she sent me the YouTube link for it. That she had, paid someone to actually like do a piano version of that song, and then we find out
in my life
that we're both tremendous, huge fans of the same a guy named Takeshi Kitano or Beat Takashi. Depending on whether he's acting, writing, or directing. But he's basically like Japan's Clint Eastwood, where he writes, directs, and stars in his own movies. And then we both find out that we're huge fans of this guy, Takeshi Kitano, where Poof had posted, "Hey, can you like name a couple of movies that you think I should watch?" And I had listed like The Returner from Japan, and also like Rapid Fire with Brandon Lee, and then Wasabi, a French film with Jean Reno, where everybody in Japan happens to speak French, and Jean Reno is just walking around and punching Yakuza in the face the whole movie. It's actually really good. And then I said, there's another movie, though, that I really love that just, it was released over here, but just was not really like well received widely, but like it's due another look. People need to relook at this movie, and this movie is called Brother. And then Poof was like, that isn't like my top 5 favorite movies of all time.
Yeah.
So, and that was just kind of like where like I realized that like, holy shit, like Poof is actually really cool because like, yeah, I know people in real life that are Takashi Kitano fans because I fucking introduced them to Takashi Kitano. Like Poof is the first person
I was in the wild, man.
in
It's
the
a
wild
niche.
that is like, I am a huge Takashi Kitano fan.
Yeah, I'm also gay and I love, so. I love that weeb shit.
But like Takashi Kitano, like for any of the viewers, your viewers will probably know Takashi Kitano is the teacher from the first Battle Royale movie.
That's if they've seen it, because everyone who sees it says that it's like Hunger Games, and it triggers me.
Like, I guess it depends on like if you're looking back generations, but like my generation, literally everybody has seen Battle Royale and they saw it before the Hunger Games, just because like they tried to release it like after Columbine, but like because of Columbine, they wouldn't allow it to be released. And then like after Virginia Tech, and it was right after Virginia Tech where like it was kind of like making headwinds that they wanted to release this like banned movie over here, or not like banned, but it's just one that they weren't able to get released. But then they were trying to do a theatrical release before Virginia Tech, but when Virginia Tech happened, like boom, they hit it to the curb again. But this was when like torrents were a thing. So like Battle Royale was literally the most torrented movie on like Pirate Bay and on the internet. And everybody saw, Battle Royale for free, or they knew someone that had Battle Royale that showed it to them. And then when they finally went like direct to DVD, nobody freaking bought it because everybody had already seen it on a torrent.
Yeah, it's a movie about like these kids who are they're the worst kids. They get sent by the adults to an island. They wake up, they all have bomb collars, and they're all given duffel bags of varying levels of lethal weapons, and then they're released out onto the island.
And some not even lethal.
There's sections every single day, a few times a day, that will detonate their bomb collars. So not only are they trying to fight each other to be the last person surviving, because it means they win the game and they get to go home, they're also fighting against the island and just living there. So
damn.
You should watch it. Everyone should watch it.
Most people know Takashi Kitano from that, and then some people know him from there was an old like television series on FX called MXC, Most Extreme Challenge, which was kind of like a big like Japanese like obstacle course, type of challenge.
Squigs, did you see someone called you a big black anime fan?
I'm really not that much an anime fan, which is the funny part. Like
that was your opportunity to say only from the waist down, but anyway.
Yeah, only from the waist down. There were a couple of things that I watched in high school, but aside from that, like I'll only watch like Ghibli movies, or also Your Name. Your Name was really good. But I'll only watch like an hour and a half movie. Like I'm not going to do like a 50 episode series anymore.
Jessica's not a virgin, so she doesn't know what the fuck we're talking about.
No, I love it, and I'm keeping the chats going too. I know. Hey, I've seen Spirited Away. I know anime.
Okay. That's good. Wow. You're not 100% white.
So that's the funny. So what's really cool about Spirited Away is that my wife's best friend's little sister was the voice of Chihiro in Spirited Away in Japan.
The voice of the little girl. Is that who it was, or who? I don't know the
character's
name.
The Japanese voice of Chihiro.
Okay, I actually liked it. Like, I still think about that.
Really, really interesting. So her name was Rumi, and it's really weird to think that like when she did that movie, like she was only like 6 or 7 years old, and now she's a full grown adult and is married. Doesn't have any kids yet, but she's a full grown. It's kind of weird to think about. Like when that movie came out, like I was in high school, and she was like a 6 or 7 year old voice actress, but now full grown adult. Like a lot has happened since Spirited Away.
And I shared that people in the Rumble chat are talking the shit too. I don't know if you saw it. Someone said MXC was
God,
like
I see my emotional terrorist in there. Techno, I see him. He's my emotional terrorist. He always terrorizes me.
To like just keep you on your feet, or just to kind of knock you down a little bit.
No, he's just like that. I don't know.
Who's like that?
Techno, he's in here.
Techno junkie.
Right now. But
yeah, that's true, and that's because I think Spirited Away actually won an Oscar. So that's why it's kind of like the outlier that people that are like I don't watch cartoons or I don't watch anime, but they've seen Spirited Away. Like most people have seen that just because it was so acclaimed.
Yeah, I remember my first boyfriend that I lost my V card to was like, you have to watch this.
Oh,
Did you lose that V card while watching it?
No, I'm sure that it happened before that.
Because then you could have said your vagina got spirited away.
Oh, so you lost the V card before you knew he was into anime. Okay, that's understandable.
And I wonder if he got more into anime. Anime was like getting super into anime was still kind of just happening for white people out here. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't know if he ever got more into it, but we definitely loved movies. And as like a movie, just anyone who likes movies and watching movies, it's a good movie to see. It's just a good, I don't know, it's a good story.
I agree. I think the better one is Princess Mononoke, but if I go on about that, then I will. Yeah, I see that as the better version of Ghibli films because it's super violent, easy story, great music, great action.
So. That's the princess one?
Princess Mononoke, yeah.
And that's the same person who made Spirited Away, right?
It's the same studio.
Yeah, same studio. So that's like, Studio Ghibli, like Spirited Away, Princess Mononoke, Totoro, Kiki's Delivery Service.
I love that one as well.
Nausicaa, The Valley of the Wind, but that was when they were still Topcraft. So Topcraft is so. Have you seen the movie The Last Unicorn?
Nope.
You haven't seen The Last Unicorn? How about the old Hobbit movie with Orson Bean where he voiced Bilbo Baggins?
The cartoon one?
Yeah, the cartoon of the Hobbit.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
Yeah, so that was actually that cartoon movie of the Hobbit was also Topcraft. So that was actually Ghibli before they became Ghibli.
Okay.
Same with so that was so like the Hobbit and then the Return of the King. They didn't do the Lord of the Rings, but they did the third movie, The Return of the King. Then The Last Unicorn, I'm kind of like surprised because that's like pretty like mainstream for like millennials. Like we all saw that as a kid. And that was, an English, animated movie, but it was animated by the Japanese Topcraft studio that became Ghibli. And then they also did a series when I was in elementary school called Sherlock Hound, which was basically a Sherlock Holmes dog series. But that was also Topcraft, which became Ghibli.
Okay. Yeah, that was.
I know way too much anime history for not actually watching much anime.
I probably have watched a ton of anime. I just don't remember it.
Okay, there's something else we touched on. I wanted to talk about. We were talking about Wash. It was something with the anime. I don't remember. What else crazy happened this week?
Are we excited for 420 for the supposed hopefully works this time Starship maiden voyage to orbit? I'm excited.
Was that when he shoot? Oh yeah, is he shooting it off on 420 now?
So yeah, because they tried yesterday morning, but there was an issue with a valve causing a propellant pressure issue. So they aborted it and they basically made it a wet dress rehearsal to gather data. So they knew about like half an hour before launch that they weren't going to launch because of that issue, but they continued to load propellant just so they could gather the data and then called it off, at 10 seconds till. So they know the valve issue. They know how to fix it. They're going to try again on 420 because it takes 48 hours for them to recycle all of that propellant back out and back in because it has to be cryogenically refrozen. So 420 is going to be hopefully, granted that it doesn't get scrubbed again, it is going to be the orbital launch of Starship. Like I've been following this like since it was like 4 years ago when it was like Starhopper, when it was just only the engines that were being held by an apparatus that were just like free floating, to where it actually became Starship. And we went through 3 different RUDs, or rapid unscheduled disassemblies, which basically just means the rocket explodes, RUD. Sorry for
Okay.
Sorry for nerding out, but yeah, RUD, rapid unscheduled disassembly, just means the rocket exploded. That's happened 3 times. On the 4th attempt on the fully integrated Starship, they did a suborbital test where basically it didn't go to space, but it was able to self-land without blowing up. And so now the orbital test on 420, granted that it takes off, is the rocket Starship is actually going to go into orbit. Then it's going to re-enter the Earth's atmosphere. But instead of self-landing it, they're basically shutting everything off after it gets through the atmosphere, and they're just going to let it belly flop into the Gulf of Mexico, just because all they're looking for is the data that is collected from the actual re-entry process, because this is a first re-entry. So they don't want to try and do anything else after the fact that may like corrupt that data that they're trying to capture. So as soon as it re-enters, everything's being shut off and it's belly flopping into the Gulf of Mexico. So it's not going to self-land. That'll be on a future test. But I'm excited for it. I'm excited for it to actually go into orbit for the first time.
I feel
Me
like I'm
too, but
for
because
it.
you made me excited about it. So
Yeah, I think you got everyone excited. What's the graveyard of? Do you know what Graveyard of the Fireflies is?
Grave of the Fireflies, Hotaru no Haka. Yes.
Someone gave a $10 super chat and said for you to talk about it.
they
So
gave
talk
us
about Grave of the
$10
Fireflies.
to be
So-
anime nerds.
So Poof made a really great video about Poof. I was on Joshua Smith's Break the Cycle, and I was talking about like Grave of the Fireflies on his channel when I was talking about like the war crimes that America committed during World War II. Where what were like largely what we did with like the General Curtis LeMay, he dropped a huge amount of fire bombs over residential neighborhoods in Tokyo. And so like people think that like, we bombed like manufacturing plants like Mitsubishi, that were actually like making war parts, but that was only a small part of what we did. We were actually like bombing full residential neighborhoods. Because like we knew that people's houses were close together, that they had paper windows, that it was made of, dry pine wood, and that you could just drop fire bombs and entire neighborhoods would go to waste. And more people actually died from these fire bombs than died from the nuclear weapons. And so the Grave of the Fireflies movie is like these like the firebombing campaigns in residential neighborhoods, and kids trying to explain it. So $11 to quit talking about Grave of the Fireflies.
Oh, they're all comedians. I love it.
So if you want to hear more about Grave of the Fireflies, now you got to watch it, because I just got Jessica $11 to shut up. So
You got 10 to talk about it, and then 11 from someone to stop talking about
11 to shut up. So yeah, so now I have to shut up. So now if you want to know more about Grave of the Fireflies, you just got to go watch it.
Oh my God. Ridiculous, man.
Sorry, but it's the highest bidder.
He's yanking your chain. He's
Someone donate $12 and I'll talk about it again.
Oh God, that was so goofy. Oh, so
Did you see
my
Bro's comment? He said he
I'm a
thought
capitalist.
IUDs were for
Highest
the
bidder.
uterus.
yeah, that was a good one. I'll put it back up.
There it is.
Uh,
Oh, bro.
oh. Oh.
IUDs.
Yeah, me and Bay go IUD.
Oh, that was cracking me up. I couldn't catch part of that story because I was laughing. Oh, it was so goofy. I love it.
But did we get the end tower? Was it
No,
successfully
someone
made?
messed it up right at the end.
But
again later.
Well, then they need to start over and do it again, and this time put some effort into it.
I
They were
know.
so close. They were so close, and I think it was somebody, Mike, was like, he went in. He did it on purpose. I think it was like just in time for the R, and he was like, "Homie" or something.
Oh,
Oh, now Techno Junkie's asking if you've seen Monster. I like this anime talk. This is fun because I like never talk anime, so it's like immersive experience a little bit.
I haven't seen Monster.
Monster. We'll have to put that on the list.
Sorry.
They already screwed it up.
What does it look like? What do they do?
Oh, they were like NI, and then A-Dub says this. What kind of Chinese is Poofy? The worst. These people are the
Goofy is
worst.
Mexican Asian.
Yeah,
Oh,
I am the Mexican of Asians.
that's a nice mix. That's nice. I like it. Oh god. I'm still thrown off.
I still can't believe that guy netted $21 to talk about something to shut the fuck up about it.
They're so dorky. I love it. Oh, sorry. I was out. I know I had written down topics to talk about, but I don't know where I put it at.
Here's money for
I
Squigs to
question
talk.
earlier.
Here's money for Squigs to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I saw Ayala posted a poll asking who AI would be able to imitate easier or first, whether it be men or women. Like who would AI be able to talk like first, men or women?
I would say women because AI like doesn't necessarily make a lot of sense in their posts.
I agree. I actually agree with that. One of my friends said there's more data for women speaking.
Yeah, like you could look at like an AI generated tweet and you're like, why the fuck would anybody tweet that? But then you're like, oh well, a woman would.
Yeah, if Kalina tweeted it, then it would be just the same.
I don't think she's hate watching. We can make fun of her if we want.
Oh man.
Who's that? Is that the spandex ass person?
Yeah. Yoga pants. Just the
yoga pants.
She came in and was like, everyone pay attention to me. I'm the queen of everything. And then like
I thought that was you. What are you doing in there?
And then she went to go stump for Robert Kennedy.
Yeah, and then she wasn't getting attention, and then she made fun of everyone. And she wasn't even doing anything. I would send her the volunteer links all the time. Shit, like do something. But yeah, now she's going to RFK.
Like what was like the entire thing? It was just like, hey, I'm libertarian. Check out my ass. Oh, hey, now I'm like insecure about the redheaded libertarian, so I'm going to talk shit about her. Like
that was a bad move, man.
And then like she went away.
She punched up in a way that you should not. That's like punching up against your own casket. That was
like you can't punch up like that.
Well, and like sometimes people just do that to get attention, right? Like they're just doing it to ride the coattails and shit. So
$12 to talk about Sailor Moon. I mean, the only thing I know about Sailor Moon is that they're named after planets like Sailor Mercury, Sailor Venus, Sailor Earth, Sailor Mars, Sailor Jupiter. Isn't Sailor Jupiter the lesbian?
There's two of them, and they're in the Japanese version. They're lesbian and cousins, I think.
What? That is gay.
Super gay.
Like imagine being like cousins and like gay.
I don't know, man. I don't know how that works.
That's kind of normal in some parts of the country, isn't it? I think.
In Japan? Maybe.
You know, if you're cousins and gay with each other. That's what I meant. Oh, that's not what you're talking about. Okay. I'm sorry. I must watch the port or something with that.
All you needed was a twang with that one.
Good Lord. Sorry, go on.
That's all. Yeah, no, because I watched it as a kid, but it wasn't like my bread and butter.
I never watched Sailor Moon, so I don't know.
I think I even watched some of the Sailor Moon. There's like episodes, right? Like 30-minute cartoon.
Yeah. Like if it was on like UPN.
Yeah, I think I remember
Channel
some of
13,
those.
whatever the fuck it was. National.
Like yeah, I didn't watch Sailor Moon, and I didn't watch Dragon Ball Z. I didn't watch Pokemon or anything like that. Like what actually caught my interest was actually like a live action thing called Shogun, which was written by author James Clavell. And they made a mini series about that book written by James Clavell. They made a mini series about Shogun, which was like 6 episodes that were like
That
an
book was
hour
huge,
long
man.
each.
Or like the series was huge.
Yeah,
I mean,
the series was
physically
huge,
big.
and like that actually almost put like some restaurants out of business because like on Tuesday nights nobody was dining out for like 2 months. Everybody was staying home on Tuesday nights to watch Shogun. So my dad had recorded that on VHS and showed that to me when I was younger. So that is actually what sparked like my interest in Japan when I was young. Was like when I was in like second, third grade was watching Shogun, and watching these beautiful women in kimonos and me being like, oh damn, you know, like yeah, that got me on trajectory.
They're roasting you in the Rumble chat. Techno Junkie says, you watched an anime about unicorns, but didn't watch Sailor Moon or DBZ? Sure. Then they said, you're glowing now.
So the last unicorn has like a
All that.
3-titted monster, and they had that before Total Recall did.
A hot titty monster, did you say?
A 3-titted monster.
3-titty.
Oh. Worth a watch, sounds like.
Is it like My Little Pony?
It's like My Little Pony on acid and mushrooms at the same time. So basically, it's saving, like this unicorn that's being held captive by the Red Bull before Red Bull was an energy drink.
Oh shit!
And the Red Bull is being like is like the main like enemy that is basically like kind of like casted all of the unicorns into the sea. So like most of the unicorns are actually like in the sea, and the last unicorn has to, like defeat the Red Bull in order for all of the unicorns that were casted into the sea to be able to come back to land.
I guess we should have a watch party on that. I wonder if we could watch it without getting like a copyright strike. We'll have a 3-titted monster watch.
And it's like a 3-titted vulture monster. Like it's really decrepit looking, but it's got 3 titties. Like I'll take what I can get.
So did that get you on trajectory as well?
No.
Okay.
No, to me, because that was, an English language cartoon. I didn't know the difference.
Yeah. Someone in the chat was defending themselves.
Someone in chat was defending themselves?
What did the Kentucky guy say? Was it?
Oh, he said, first money. Well, hold up. Look, I'm from West Virginia. We marry our cousins. Oops, wrong one. But we don't marry our gay cousins. That's Kentucky. Anything with 3 titties, we're good.
That's true.
Agree. Yeah.
Hey, Andy.
Hello,
Kentucky
mommy.
for the win. Oh, we could do it on Discord. We could watch that on Discord, maybe. I have a whole Discord server that I never go in. I'm a terrible person. I'm sorry to all my Discord people. I'm sorry.
It's successful. Forget it. Except for movies.
Yeah.
Oh,
It would be. I don't even know how to use it. That's part of the problem.
How's it going since that last person who tried to write the article about you? I don't know how many come out, but the Heidi whoever's.
Yeah, that trans woman.
Oh, that's a trans person?
Yeah.
Okay, we love trans people.
Yeah, I love most trans people, but not that fucking cunt. Not that one. No, I say before we got on, I'll even say she tried to do exactly what the first guy did. She like copied him by like making a post, turning off comments, and like even said some of the same shit he said about like local elections matter. Like literally copied that word from word. And I'm like, see, I know they wanted the attention because by turning off the comments right away, they knew they were gonna get
the quote tweets.
Quote tweets. So I was like, you stanky bitch. But whatever, it got me more attention again. So, and it just made them look, it's just like they're making themselves look stupid. Hey, Paul, they like make them like, I am a dumbass. I have so much content on the internet that they can hate watch to their heart's delight and like pick apart. But like, that's who I am, and I put it out there, and I don't give a shit. Like shit talking me like that. Like it didn't work in fucking middle school, and it's not gonna work fucking now. So I don't like.
Yeah, they had a screenshot of one of your streams where you were drinking, and it's just like,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
way to fucking advertise.
Yeah, that's what inspired this. I wanted to outdo Forrest Mommy's beer bottles, so I brought
But
whiskey.
she was
I
straight.
should have had. I didn't have any, otherwise I would have. I know that picture looks so cool. We were saying I had my Terminator glasses, which guy made the Terminator mommy or the other picture on the other account, but like I had those glasses on. I'm like chugging that shit. I'm hot. I'm like, thank you. They always like. That's why that other one went so big too, is because he put my face in it. So this girl's an anti-vax, blah blah blah. Like he
So,
made
like,
a
fuck
fucking.
yeah.
He made a poster for me. He had my own picture in there, and like it wasn't even the best picture of me, but it was like blonde chick, like that's like perfect advertising for things to share.
Yeah, that Terminator mommy photo that's what got me into Forrest Mommy's good graces. That's what made Senpai notice me.
It was so sweet and random though, because like that picture, I think I posted that selfie, and then all of a sudden, like you like within minutes had that Terminator mommy photo, and I was like, this is so badass.
Yeah, I see that picture, you and just like these visors, and I'm like, holy shit, that is such a badass look. All I have to do is turn her head that way to that way, and then we're gonna put her over Arnold Schwarzenegger, and we're gonna make the Terminator mommy holding the gun up. Like, yeah, I had that done in just like a couple of minutes, but then just like, senpai noticed me.
Yeah, and then was your original account still when you gave me that photo, right?
That one. That one was.
Look how many eyes we got. You guys screwed up big time. Big time.
Yeah, no, like, so that one was my Guy Squiggly account, which was before Squiggly Fella, but Guy Squiggs was before both of those. It was just banned. So we're having to just like connect a whole bunch of dots. So the account that I did that from, that account got banned. But you still followed me to my next account, Squiggly Fella. And then you followed me again to my account before those two that got reinstated with the Twitter files.
And then it took you a while to get this one back. Eventually, I got all mine back too. Eventually, it was weird. Eventually,
yeah. So ALX helped me get my Guy Squiggs account back. Where like even after they were just like, hey, we're taking this new approach and we're doing this amnesty, and I appealed for like the Guy Squiggs account like 2 times and they denied it. And then ALX, was like, hey, who needs to come back? And from Squiggly Fella, I tweeted at him. I was like, would be nice to get my Guy Squiggs account back. And then he quote tweeted that, and then tagged Ella Irwin and Elon Musk and said, hey, it would be cool for Guy Squiggs, who lost his account at the behest of the Biden regime, to get his account back. And then it was back the next day.
That's cool. Is he the one that got banned?
ALX got banned and then got brought back.
Because I thought he also... oh, no, it might have been Ali Alexander. It was one of the two. You know what I'm talking about?
I appealed Forrest Mommy probably 100 times during the year it was banned. And then one day I appealed it again, and then they let me have that one back. And then they eventually did, without me even appealing again, they eventually gave me the Desert Daddy one back, the Terminator Mommy one. So it was like...
That's cool.
Well, yeah. But like ALX tweeting at Ella Irwin and Elon Musk, one of those two saw the tweet and gave me my account back.
That's cool.
That's very cool.
Yep.
It probably was Ella, but
Allie. I saw Cernovich saying something, but I don't follow him. But it always comes through my feeds because everyone who responds to everyone, it always comes in her feeds, right? And I saw him say this Allie person about being a pedo, but
and I say it was probably Ella because she gets tweeted at far less than Elon does. So, but one of the two saw it and they gave me my account back.
That's good.
Yeah, it's weird. It was I literally cried when I got Forrest Mommy. I was like crying because I had not expected it. And then I was like, all this crazy shit was happening. And this is before I even filed. Just this whole year, all this like crazy events have been happening. Good stuff, good forward motion shit. But so then that happened, and I was like, oh my god, it's magic. The magic's real. And I was like,
it was
crying.
meant to be.
Like,
Yeah, because like the last time, or when I came on Golden Showers, I actually hadn't even gotten the Guy Squigs account back
Right.
yet. I was
That's
still
right.
tweeting from like Squiggly Fella. So now that we're like rehashing this again, I have the Guy Squigs account back. So like, yeah, to me, it's just like I got to be careful because like this Guy Squigs, this account belongs in like the Smithsonian. Like if there's a digital Smithsonian, Guy Squiggs belongs in that, all things considered. After what I was banned for and what it took to bring me back.
Yeah, that you were in the Twitter files, the very first Twitter files.
The very first Twitter files. And it kind of seems
I saw
like
it right away too. I was just like, ah! And like someone else had already, I think someone else had tweeted you about it. Like, and I was like, oh my gosh, I saw it too. Like, holy shit.
Yeah, I started getting like, like the next day, like I was getting like a bunch of messages from people that like had examined that screenshot where it was just like, holy shit, I know, Poof told me. Like, like, yeah.
And it made you guys be friends again too, on top of it. So like it was just a blessed event, really.
It was a blessed event because like not only did it make us become friends again, but it also like afterwards, like we were forced to take a look at what we had in common to say, hey, actually we're better friends than we thought we were. So
Randy Dork says
oh my gosh.
Everyone's auctioning for Guy to. Okay, Guy, explain Omarashi to everyone. I'm going to bed. Good night, all. Paul, I need $60.
$16.
You're funny.
I don't know what Omarashi is.
I don't either.
Yeah.
I bet you Randy just made it up. It's probably not even anything.
I've
What
never
is
heard
it?
of it.
Oh, you never heard of it?
No.
Thanks for the $5, sucker.
See, maybe if someone gives another $16,
It's too funny.
Squigs will remember.
Yeah, that just doesn't. I can look it up.
Maybe we'll do another one of these and we can
Hold
talk
on, I'll
more.
look it
You
up.
can teach me more anime.
Oh, it's a fetish thing. That's why I've never heard of it.
Oh. Of course, that's how Randy knew about it.
What the fuck is this? What the? So,
Should we all look it up? Should we all look it up?
Sometimes abbreviated as simply Omo, is a form of fetish subculture originating and predominantly recognized in Japan, in which participants experience arousal from having a full bladder or wetting themselves. I literally don't spend any time in Akihabara, which is why I don't know about this.
It would be an Akihabara. Okay.
Oh,
yeah, that would be Akihabara. Or, man, what is...
Is it diaper people too? It says it looks like diaper stuff's coming up too.
Yeah, it's a piss fetish.
Gross.
Yeah.
Not the worst, there's definitely worse things out there.
I don't know, swamp.
So that's like maybe more Kabuki-cho. Kabuki-cho is like the red light district of like Tokyo. So maybe Kabuki-cho is where you might see these types of things and like some Nigerian owned brothel. Like you have no idea like the Nigerian problem that Japan has in their red light district. Like so many red light clubs are run by Nigerian like illegal immigrants. So like the red light district of Tokyo, Kabuki-cho, most of their clubs down there are actually run by Nigerian illegal immigrants.
Oh.
So that might be where you'll see.
They're
like,
really easy to
some
spot.
of this weird shit like
how are they
Omarashi.
still there though? Like it's not hard to spot them. How come they're not ejected?
I mean, they're. Yeah, I don't know why they're not really like ejected. I mean, it's kind of like on one sense, it's kind of like everybody knows that like all of these Nigerian owned clubs are not legit. but at the same time, Japan isn't really like a papers, please kind of society. Because they haven't really needed to be because they've been so homogenous over the years, and especially like being an island nation. So it's kind of like this phenomenon of like Nigerian owned clubs. It's basically condensed just into this one small district in a gigantic Tokyo where they seem to be fine keeping it quarantined to that.
Do you think it's like Yakuza stuff though? Like a Yakuza tie?
I don't know if it's Yakuza or not because like Yakuza has not really been so much into like red light stuff. They're kind of more into gambling and more into running for public office. So like any given like pachinko parlor is run by Yakuza. And this is with like gambling in Japan being illegal because they separate the parts of the business. Like so you go to one business to buy a whole bunch of pachinko balls and then you go to another business to play with them and to sell them. So technically these are like two separate entities, but they're technically the same entity that, you know, shares money between the two. But Yakuza are kind of more into that pachinko gambling, or they're more into running for office. As far as like red light stuff kind of goes, that is more like Japanese women kind of tend to be more independent on that kind of stuff. But people that are foreigners that are staying in Japan illegally are kind of like run by the Nigerians.
Oh shit.
Are they nice Nigerians?
They're probably not very nice.
Like it's like a game.
I mean, they're like any other pet. But like because I mean they're essentially taking advantage of people, you know, that so if you go into any sort of like Nigerian owned nightclub in Kabukicho, it's not Japanese people that work there, right? It's like poor Koreans or Vietnamese or Russians. So it's basically non-ethnic Japanese people that are working in these clubs that are run by Nigerians. So it's kind of like for the Japanese people, it's just kind of like no skin off their back.
Right. As long as they just do that over there.
Yeah, you do that, and you do that with, you know, other immigrants that like ain't a thing to us. Like, you know, you're not harming any Japanese people. We don't care what you do. Yeah, that's kind of Kabukicho. But that's not like a big thing in Japan. That is just a very, very small district in a very, very wide Tokyo. And that is like the only district where that thing is progressed.
And so like the only part about it that makes it organized crime is that it's done by illegals, but otherwise Japanese society doesn't care, right?
Well, I mean, it's probably done by illegals, and it's probably done, you know, at a threat of force as well.
Oh.
So there is a probably if you do not earn enough, you know, you're going to get beat in the back room. There's probably that aspect to it as well. You know, these are not nice people that own these clubs. These are not, you know, caring or understanding people. These are people that, you know, want to make money at your expense. And if you do not do it, yeah, you're probably going to get hit.
Hey man, cool it with the anti-Semitic remarks. Okay, this is YouTube.
They control everything.
Oh shit.
That was a joke to hit my hate watchers. Sorry, we
Someone
joked.
was taking notes.
Oh, I love it. All right, we're at an hour. Do you guys want to do this again sometime?
Absolutely.
This is fun. I just like, and that's why I like live streaming when I started it all during COVID and shit, because you can talk to all these random ass people, get a little like snippet in their lives, you know.
He's
and,
random, I'm ass.
you're your redacted account.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh. So Squirrel and Rumble that will be clipped. Everything I have so much clips that they can clip, but then I'm like, look at all my friends. Like, they don't hate me and they're
Sure,
diverse.
I'm
So
like racist and sexist, but like I have so many friends who agree with me.
I have checked off the diversity quota boxes too. Okay, motherfuckers.
Yeah,
So,
I'm brown. I count for a lot, and I'm a woman.
And hey, I have one brown friend. It's Poof.
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
She's
Wait, what
she's
about
the
Hex? No,
token.
he's black, right?
He's black. But he didn't vote for Biden, so his blackness is like, on the fence. So not sure. All right. Well, thanks everyone for watching. That was fun.
Yeah,
Nice
thanks for
random
giving
stream.
us money to talk about stuff and also to shut up about it.
Yeah, thanks for paying Forrest Mommy to let me talk and telling me to shut up.
I'm sure
It's like-
Nigerians have a lock on that as well.
Yeah, like literally, like the Nigerians are like, thank God this is ending. We're about to send $50. It's like, shut the fuck up.
Oh, that's perfect. All right. Love everyone, and we'll talk to everyone later.
Okay, bye.